Right, so good morning once again. So this lecture will be a continuation of our lecture series and our percentages too. Yeah, so today's lesson in particular, I'll be addressing the concept of financial partnership. In the earlier previous lessons, I have already solved or illustrated it with a couple of examples. I gave some assignments. You mentioned one of them was challenging, and that is what I want to discuss. So you dictate the question to me, then we do it together. Is that okay? Yeah, so someone should just dictate it and then we'll debate about it. But before we start, make sure you understand the basic principles. What do I mean by basic principles? When two or three persons come up with the money, okay, to invest in a business and there is profit, how profit is shared in accordance with the money they brought, okay, how will you share, how you are to share the money in accordance to their contribution without being biased. You should understand our basic principles because without it, today's lesson, I mean, you just be staring, wouldn't really understand it. Okay. So someone should, but why did you waste all the time? What happened? Because it looks like I barely have 1 hour left to close my class. What happened? The class starts late. What exactly happened? I'm asking a question.
Please, they went to break. I break on 10:30. They started the class late because they didn't come early.
Okay. One of you should dictate the question to me then. The other should ensure that the question read to me is proper. Because if you read a wrong question to me, we'll end up just wasting our time struggling here and there. So while someone is reading, the other should confirm if everything is okay. Yes, read and let's start. I'll write it here. So is someone reading it?
Yes.
Then I can't hear.
Kofi and Yao entered into a business.
Take your time for me. I'm talking about the question you said was a bit challenging. Is that it?
Yes.
And I'll go through the solutions you sent me. Kofi and Yao. Oh, entered into a business.
A business partnership.
Okay. I believe you can all see, guys. Go on.
The total capital of 3,100 cedis.
Did you say the total capital or with a total capital?
With a total capital of 8,100 cedis.
Hold on. With a total capital of 8,100. Go on.
They agreed to contribute the capital in the ratio of 2:1, respectively.
Wait. They agree to.
Contribute the capital into
Okay.
in the
in the capital.
In the ratio 2:1, respectively.
Okay. Go on.
The profits were shared as follows.
The profit.
Was shared as
Okay.
Kofi was paid 5% of the total profit for his services as the manager.
Kofi was paid 5% of
The total profit for his service as a manager.
okay.
As the manager. As the manager.
Of the total profit for
his services
yes.
the manager.
Okay, as the manager. Go on.
Each partner was paid 3% of the capital he invested.
Was paid 3% of the
Of capital he invested.
capital he invested. I think the right word should be of the capital they invested.
Yes, sir. It's it.
Invested.
The remainder of the profits was then shared between them.
Of the profit.
Was then shared between them in the ratio.
Then
shared
okay. Between them.
In the ratio of their contributions to the capital.
In the ratio of their
contributions to
of their
contributions to the capital.
Contributions
To the capital.
to the capital.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
If Kofi's share of the total profit was 750 Ghana cedis.
Please. Of the capital, no, it's the capital.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Calculate A, the total profits for the year to the nearest 1,000 cedis.
The total profit share. So the nearest. So the nearest one.
1,000 cedis. B.
Hey, there's a B.
The first one is A, the third one.
Is there a second part to this?
Yes.
Then you should have told me. I would have brought this one down. Oh, I don't want to clean too. I don't want to clean. You should have told me.
So the A starts from the total profit.
Total. Oh, okay. Even at that, I still have to think. Calculate in. Well, I'll use a red ink. You should understand. Then we are saying B.
Yeah, share of
Hold on. Friends, stop this and then Go on.
Rao's share of the profits as a percentage of his contribution to the capital.
As a percentage.
Of his contribution to the capital.
Okay. Okay. You all should have the question closer to you, okay? Because we'll be we'll be looking at the question, then we introduce a step. Are you ready? This is a very interesting question. So, now before I begin, I made a voice note on a page. If you didn't make that useful, like you didn't do anything about it, and you have come here, trust me, you're a very lazy student. You'll never be better. I'm telling you. Yeah, because a student that wants to improve would always try to explore. I guided you with my voice note just so you are able to explore. So if you didn't do anything and you are just here, you are just lazy. Whatever I'm doing with you will not make any progress for you. Yeah, because this thing I come to solve, I don't have any idea about it. Okay, and I love the question. It's very interesting. I'll come to apply the same thing I taught you. Okay, But if you use the voice note I shown you, like you tried, you maneuvered, but you were wondering, oh, still I'm not making any yield. Yeah, you are the student I want to deal with today because you don't come to shine your eyes. Oh, so I could do to this one, I could have finished. Yeah. And yeah, it will challenge you. Any question that comes your way, will be able to solve. Math is not like social or any other reading subject where you can just chew and most of the questions they'll give you is practical. So if you did not use the voice note I did on the platform, shame on you, a big shame on you. You are not serious at all. And I don't know the number of words I will say to you to change you. Yes, you are not serious at all. At all, at all. But I believe all of you tried using the voice note to do something. And kudos to you. If you didn't do, you should advise yourself. Because every day I advise you, you just don't want to change. Okay. So I have no idea about this, but I love how it is. We are going to explore, we'll come out of this together. Let's begin. Make sure you have the basic knowledge first. If a money is given, people bring money, okay, to start up a business, and then we make profits. And the money we brought are not equal. Some brought higher than the other. How much are you to share the profits and among all of them? Just so there is no, you are not biased. If you know how to go about this, then this is just a tiny question. We'll just apply algebra and we are good to go. All right, Kofi and Yao entered into a business partnership with a total of 8,001, meaning Kofi brought some money, Yao brought some money. We don't know if Kofi and Yao brought the same amount of money. Okay. When I say the same amount, equal amount of money, okay, we do not know. Or we don't know if Kofi's contribution was higher than Yao. Okay. They agreed to contribute the capital in a ratio of 2:1, meaning 2 will represent Kofi, 1 will represent Yao. What this is trying to say is that they agreed to contribute to the capital in this ratio. What it means is like Kofi was going to bring more than Yao. The ratio tells how much they contributed, right? Let me look for names. All right. Okay. Evelyn, you are living in Taifa. Madam, you said Evelyn in the class. No.
No, please.
You are here. You have an accommodation. You are here in Taifa and still you didn't come to school.
She's not feeling well.
Okay. Let's go on. So now the profit was shared as follows. Kofi paid 5% of the total profit for his service as a manager. Okay, yeah. So like at the end of the day, a profit was acquired and they are showing us how it was shared. Okay, so they said the profit was shared as follows. Kofi was paid 5% of the total profit for his service as a manager. Now each partner was paid 3% of the capital they invested. Now, the remainder of the profit was then shared between them in a ratio of the okay. Now, if Kofi's share of the total profit is 750, guys, let's begin. Let's start. I'm sorry. Let's start. Okay, how do we even start? Okay. Okay, so the work is found that we don't know the profit. If you read the question, they've not spoken about any profit. They said the profit was shared as follows. Was Kofi's share? They said if Kofi's share of the total profit was 750. We don't know the profit. So you can see that the assignment is at like the profit and how it was shared. So let's play around it, okay? Let's play around it. So I'm flipping up. I just need space. Okay, solution. Cassandra, do you know the profit? Cassandra, do you know the profit? The question, do you know the profit? Hmm? Patience, do you know the profit? What is going on? Is it that they've not, when I was reading, they were not following or what? Do you know the profit? Patience, Cassandra.
There's no profit.
There is no profit. So let's see. So you know what? But there is no profit, but they are saying that Kofi was paid 5% of the profits as manager. Now each partner was paid. There is no profit, but they are sharing profits. So do you know what we're going to do? Let's play around. That's how questions are like. Okay, we don't know the profit, but they are sharing profit. So let's assume a profit. Let's assume let so let so mathematics. When you don't know something, well, what letter should we use? Okay, let P represent total profit. Okay. Guys, are you listening? There is no profit, so let's use P to represent that. It's always safe to use a variable because you don't know. But if you sit there and say that let 2,000 Ghana cedis down for profit, what if the profit wasn't 2,000? So we like using letters. But in your mind, assume it's 2,000 we are sharing, okay? Assume it's a certain number, like value we are sharing, so that everything I'm doing will make sense. That's what we do in math. Do you know the profit? Don't know the profit, okay? So guys, so there's a profit P. You can assume OP is what 2,000 cedis. You can write it, or let's say 20,000. Okay. Like think of it as a number so that everything I'm doing makes sense. Now, how was the profit shared? Let's write their names down. Kofi. Let's write their names down. How will I solve this for you to understand? Should I write? Guys, are you here? I'm not here. Okay, let's write Kofi. Kofi's profit. Okay. Okay. There are two people. So Kofi, let's write here out. Now with Kofi, you see the profit. So let's read. At the side is we're sharing the profits. Read the first the first sentence that indicate that profit was shared. Yes. Frank, read out portion that there was a sharing of profits. And let's start with it. Prince.
There's a lot of people said as follows.
Mhm.
The people Kofi was paid 5%.
My brother, what are you saying?
Kofi was paid 5% of the total profit for his service as the manager.
Okay, so yeah, we don't want to forget about anything. So the first statement he has made is that Kofi was paid 5% of what? Of what? Justice of what?
Of his profits,
Of what?
of his total profits.
I'm interested in your statement. You said Kofi was paid 5% of what? His total profit. Is that what you told me?
Of the total profit for the services as the manager.
All right. So Kofi's profit, number one, profit number one, he had what? 5% of total profit. What is the total profit? If you read throughout the question, do you know the total profit? We don't know, but we decided to use a certain variable to stand for like the total profit, which I told you in your mind, you can picture that, oh, the total profit 20,000, right? So we would have just write 5% of 20,000, but it's not 20,000. So we are using a letter, we use the letter, so like 20,000, wherever you see, you put P there. Please, you understand? So the total profit is what? P. So Kofi's profit was 5% of what? P, right? Now let's transcribe this into writings. Now, okay. Now 5% is what? 5 over what? 100, isn't it? Okay, 5 over 100, right? Off means what? Times, isn't it? Then P. Please, are you listening? Right? So now solve this algebraically and let's see. When you have a number multiplying a fraction, what happens? 5 times P is what? Don't act like you don't know this. Hello? Yeah, what is the result? Let's reduce it to a point it can no longer be solved.
1/20.
No, I don't want us to. I mean, I've given 5 over 100 times P and you're telling me 1 over 20. No, that's not what I want. 5 over 100 times P, what is that?
Yeah.
0.05.
5
There's
times
a-
P is 5P. 5P over 100. Are you guys serious? You have a whole number multiplying a fraction. The whole number multiplies the numerator. Right? It only multiplies the numerator. Yeah, so it becomes 5P. Okay, let's continue. The next statement means it's saying what? So assuming, please, are you listening? So assuming this was like, assuming in the profit was a number telling you that Kofi was paid 5% of the total profit. Kofi's profit will be 5 over 100 times what? P is what? 20,000. Isn't it? Punch it on a, even if before you do that, this 100 will cancel. This zero, two of the zeros will cancel two of the zeros here. So we have 200 times 5. What is that? I think it should be this. Yeah, is that not a money? Is that not an amount? So 5% of the total profit, that means that Kofi would have received what, 10,000. Do you understand? So this thing you see here, don't underestimate it. Okay. So since you don't know the total profit, you can denote P, a letter for it. It will be 5 over 100 times what? The letter. So that will be 5P over 100. Please, are you listening to me? So later, if I tell you that P is, let's say, 20,000, put on your calculator 5 times 20,000. All right. All over 100 is 5P over 100. What is that? This zero will cancel this zero. So it will be 5 times what? It's not 200. And it will give you 10,000. Do you understand it? Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm cleaning or should I wipe it? You move on. What's the next? Let's continue on the profit sharing. So this person should continue for me. Boahima, continue. So we are done with the first part. Continue.
Each partner
Mhm.
was paid, each partner was paid 3% of the capital he invested. The remainder.
Hey. What was on? Should she continue? I'm asking you a question. Should she continue? No. Now, each partner was paid 3% of the 3% of the capital they invested. Okay. What are we calculating? That's my first question. What are we sharing, guys? What are we sharing? Profit. The profit is what P. Okay. I said you can envision like 20,000. Okay. And indirectly, it's like 20,000 and then 20,000 is what we are sharing. And out of the 20,000, if you were doing your calculation right, we are saying Kofi had already won like 10,000. Please, or in variable terms, 5P over 100. Kofi has won 5P over 100. Please, you understand that? Now, the next one, everyone is benefiting. They say each partner. So, each partner, that's Kofi and Yao, is benefiting. So, let's start with Kofi. Okay. I hope I'm not confusing with that 20,000. I want you to get a picture. Okay. Now, we want to know how much Kofi is about earning again out of this 20,000. What is the statement saying? Wahima, read again.
Partner has paid 3% of the
Read it
capital
well,
he
my
invested.
sister. Here, I teach English, I teach numeracy. Every single word you see, I'll read meaning to it. And that's smart for you. This is basic English. If you are saying is, meaning it's happening now. Do you understand that? That's why the gentleman used a certain statement. I was almost coming to put that into practice, and he would have seen that everything is wrong. He made a statement that Kofi was paid 5% of his total profits for his. If you are saying 5% of his total profit, if you read the question, they are saying Kofi's share of total profit was 750. So I would have done 5 over 100 of 750 then, because that's what you are saying means. So make sure we are understanding it word for word, and you guys speak the English fluently, so you understand. So yes, read again. Who is read? Wahima. Now they say each partner, meaning Kofi will get a share, yeah, will get a share. Each partner was paid 3% of the capital they invested. Okay, so starting with Kofi. Kofi had what? 3% of The capital he invested. Put it there for me. The capital he invested. Yes, what capital did he invest? Do you know? Oh, I'm asking you a question. Do you know? Hello, do you know? It wasn't stated in a question. I'm coming. Let me see if we can put this into practice. I'm coming to do something. I just want you to see how I think so that you can. Now, we don't know, but we're told that, oh, Kofi what? We're told that Kofi brought 8,001, right? No, sorry. Kofi and Yao, the total contribution is 8,001. That's all we're told. And we're told how the money was contributed. That 8,000 was contributed in a ratio of 2:1. I'm coming to form something together with you. Just hang along. Let's see. Yes, it's 8,001. That's a total. Okay. Let's say out of the 8,001, let's say Kofi brought, let's say Kofi brought, I want even numbers. 3,200. Yeah. 8,001 minus 3,002 will be what?
8,100.
Please make sure everything is right? Normally, when we are establishing ratio, we use the money contributed, right? So that means the ratio would have been 3,002 divided by what? 3,001, right? Please, are you there? And if a number, normally, if a number can divide through this two, if a number can divide this through these two of them, we can reduce it down. Please, are you listening to me? But at the end of the day, this is what they contributed. Okay, this is what they contributed. I'm coming. This is what they contributed. So let's see something. 3,200. Okay, so assuming I tell you this is the ratio. The ratio of their country. Yes.
Yeah, before I did get the figures from.
I'm forming, you see, we'll come back to the question. We'll come back to the question, please. We'll come back to, you see the question, they are telling you two of them contributed some monies. I would mean, but the money, when you add them up, is 8,001. They didn't tell you how much each person brought, but they are telling you their contribution was in this ratio, 2:1. Okay? And I want us to make sense out of it. Maybe it can give us some values we can use to solve the question. So I'm forming my own question. So I said, let's assume, Kofi and Yao, the total contribution is 8,001. Are you listening to me? Now, 8,001, I'm saying, let's assume Kofi contributed 3,002 and Yao contributed 3,001. Okay. Normally, is the money they contribute, that is what we use to establish the ratio. So the ratio will be what? 3,002 is to 3,001. Now, if you see any ratio, the money is a bit lesser. If you see a ratio, the money like a single values, then that means that there was a number that was divisible through the values. Okay. So we use that to reduce it. The best way to see it is you divide 3,002 by 3,001. Okay, like the is to there means over. So it's like 3,002 over 3,001. Okay, normally we do that. You see, you get 32 is to 31. Oh, I will call you. I'm having a meeting. Okay, please, are you listening? Yeah, so please hold on. Let me attend to this call.
No, because it's in a ratio form. can't bring the so you just
So you said 2,000.
3,000.
You said
3,200.
No, this one is just giving his own figures.
see, he said 3,000.
Okay, the 3,000.
He's
3,000.
recording.
What do you see on the board?
He's recording. So it's 3,200.
He's recording what you are saying.
You know that he was saying 3,000, 3,000 by 3,200.
You see on the board.
I'm not talking about me. He's recording.
Yeah, welcome. Please pay attention. Shall we? Hello. Can I move on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, muntie mene enko. And just I'm upon mo 3. Okay. Guys, pay attention. Can you all hear me? I heard your debate and all of that. Yeah, so please listen. You see, they said each partner was paid 3% of the amount they contributed. The things you don't know the amount they contributed. Are you listening? Hey, have I started a recording? Yes. Guys, are you listening to me? I need communication from you. Or they are off. Okay. Yes. They said each partner was paid what? 3% of the amount they contributed. But you don't know the amount they contributed. Okay. But in the question, you were told, say, when you combine your and Kofi's contribution is 8,001. Yeah. And then they also told you that they didn't tell you explicitly that y'all brought this amount, Kofi brought this amount, but they were like, the amount they contributed, it was in a particular ratio, which is all 2:1. Please, are you listening to me? And I feel like telling me the nature of their contribution and the sum of their contribution, I can be able to produce how much y'all contributed. I can be able to produce how much Kofi contributed. Please, are you listening to me? And I'm trying to form my own example. If it works, then we can apply here. Please, you understand it now? Come on. I may have to end the lecture because you guys are not responding. I don't know if you understand or not. You are just there. I don't know. I don't know what is going on because I need you to follow. This thing, I don't have any exam to write. I'm not going to be assessed for anyone whatsoever. I need you to follow. Say, we don't understand. We understand. Then I know where to hammer.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, back at what I was saying. Yeah,
Please, you're not recording.
I'm recording. Yeah.
So you stopped it.
Yeah, I stopped it, but I'm recording again. Yeah. So I'm forming my own example. What I'm saying again is that you have been told how they contributed. you've been told that it was done in a ratio of 2:1. So it gives you an idea of who contributed more, right? And then they told you the sum, like the two of them, when you combine the money they contributed, how it looks like, the sum, they told you. And per my experience, I feel like with the ratio and then the sum of their total contribution, I can be able to produce how much you have brought, Kofi brought. But I'm I'm testing it here with basic scenario. So play along with me. If it doesn't work, then there are other ways to come up with the solution. Do you understand? So I'm like, the total contribution was 8,001, isn't it? Let's assume that Kofi brought 3,002 out of 8,001.
Say,
Yes.
if the value is 8,100.
You say it's only
There's a problem there. I will come to that. You people are just feeding me with, wrong answer. When you do that, we'll delay our time. The total contribution was 8,001. And I'm like, let's assume Kofi paid 3,002 out of 8,001. Subtract 3,002 from 8,001. You people were telling me 3,001. Is it correct? Is it correct? Two people are making contribution. And I'm saying, assuming Kofi paid 3,002. Subtract 3,002 from 8,001, because definitely the rest is what you have brought. What would that be? I have a calculator here. I can do everything myself, but I'm not teaching myself. What would that be? This is very interesting. What is their problem?
Please, in the question, the total capital, the question was like, total capital of 81,000. 8,100, but you are saying 81,000, sir.
You said 8,001.
8,001, sorry.
Have you answered your question or it's still not answered?
That is your own kids.
I know he's okay because he was asking a question.
Wait, is it?
See, patience. What I'm doing here, what I'm saying, Kofi, let's assume Kofi brought 3,002. Is it part of the question? Is it said anywhere in the question? Like Kofi brought 3,002 out of the 8,001.
Yeah, it's not part of the question. So by inflating, okay.
It's not part of the question. So then what is going on here right now? Guys, what is going on here right now? Like in that red circle, what is going on? Oh, God. When we say all you want me to do is like
She wants you to use the figures in the package to solve it. She's confused with it. That's what she's trying to say.
Come again.
Yeah, please, I'm supposed to go straight to the point.
How can I go straight to the point when at the end of the day you not understand? See, is this thing coming in WASSCE? Will you go there and meet this question in WASSCE? You will not meet this question in WASSCE. So I'm showing you problem solving skills. I'm developing your analytical thinking. And you people, all you are concerned about is finance. Will I be there to solve every question for you? No. And in fact, how can I even go straight to the point and land at an answer when I don't think through the question? And I'm thinking to think with you. But you people don't want to think with me. I can do my own thing and arrive at the final answer. But trust me, I'll give you questions and you fumble. I've given you a question in polygons. I've not even checked your solution. I'm here to check that. But if this is what you are doing, and I'm afraid you did some funny stuff over there, and don't attempt to use GPT, because if you use AI, I will know. If you are using your own thoughts, if you are using what I taught you, I will know. So it's not about going straight to the point.
And not like you going straight to the point, but like you are like 2,000, then you come to 32,000, then you're like that's so I'm confused.
I'm like 2,000 where?
You said the P we should put it in our mind that it's 2,000. Then you came to Yahweh Buffet and you're like Yahweh is 8,000 to Charlie.
Oh, man. Okay, I'm wiping the 20,000. No, the person never said any. You see, it never said any 20,000. So I've wiped it off. Students have issues when we are using variables. They might be wondering, where did I bring the P from? Okay. They might be wondering, where did I get the P from? Because me, if you are telling me Kofi had 5% of the total profits and I don't know the total profits, I'll just use a variable. I would have done just 5P over 100. But they may be wondering, what is P? Students have always been having issues with variables. And I just want you to understand that you don't know the total profit. The total profit can be any number. What if it's a number? How would you translate the expression Kofi had 5% of the total profit? How will you translate it? And I'm like, if it's a number, just do 5 over 100 of the number. That's why I brought the number there. Just so, yeah, we are playing with variable, but you also have, like, it's making sense to you. Anyway, well, the next part is saying that I'll continue anyways. They said each partner was paid 3% of the capital. I will clean and do it again. They are saying each partner was paid 3%. Now, it's a certain profit we are sharing. We are sharing a profit. The profit, you don't know, it's not quoted in the question. So we are using P. I don't know if now you understand it. We are using P. So we are sharing P. P is money. We are sharing P. Per the first expression, Kofi had 5% of that P, that money. So I've done it. The next one, they're saying out of that P, each candidate or person had 3% of the 3% of the capital they invested. That's the expression. Each partner was paid 3% of the capital invested. So you have to do 3% of the capital you invested. Don't go and do P, because they didn't say each partner had 3% of the capital. Oh, sorry, of the profit. They said 3% of the capital they invested. What capital did they invest? Kofi invested how much? You don't know. It's not in the question. You invested how much? You do not know. But we have to know what they invested and put it there. So I'm trying to see if we can know how much they invested. If we are unable to know how much they invested, then we have to use variable. But trust me, the more you use plenty variables, you'll be stranded. You'll be stranded. You don't know how much they brought. You have to put how much Kofi brought. Do 3% of how much Kofi invested. You put it there. You don't know. You come to Yao, you do the same thing because they said each. You don't know how much Yao invested. We have to know. If you don't know, I have to right now. If I don't know right now, I have to say let X represent how much Kofi brought. Yao 2, I will use Y, and it will be 3% of Y. Plenty variables you cannot solve. You cannot solve. So I'm trying to see first if we can be able to know how much Yao brought. So I'm making an illustration. Now, the illustration I'm making is that I feel like telling me that, oh, it was Kofi and Yao. It was Kofi and Yao that was doing the business. And the two of them, the money they brought, when you added them, it's 8,001. Telling me that thing. And telling me that the money they brought, it was in a ratio of this. Telling me these two things, I can be able to produce how much Kofi brought. But I'm not sure. So we'll illustrate it with basic example first. Assuming the two of them, the money they brought, when you add it together, it's 8,001, as the question is saying. And you don't know how much Kofi brought, but you are told it's in a ratio, it's in a ratio. Okay. Normally ratios are gotten from the contributions. So if you see 2 there and 1 there, it means 2 represents how much Kofi contributed. You may not understand. So I'm forming my own example right now. 8,001. Assuming Kofi brought 4,009 out of the 8,001. 4,000, or initially I was saying 3,001. Yeah. Assuming Kofi paid this. How much did Yao pay? Because the two of them, when you add the money they contributed, it's 8,001. If Kofi paid 8,000, Kofi paid 3,001. How much did Yao pay right now? Yes, be fast. If Kofi pay 8,000, if the whole money they contributed is 8,001, and I've told you right now that Kofi paid 3,001. Prince, how much did Yao pay?
5,000.
It's a lie. 5,000 plus 3,001. What is that? 5,000. Isn't it more? I'm coming. 5,000 plus 3,001. Oh, then he's right. So what? Y'all paid 5,000. I thought it was 4,009. Sorry about that. Meaning y'all paid 5,000, right? It is from the monies they contributed, we get a ratio. So if you ask the ratio right now, is 3,001 is to 5,000. But people that are into advanced math will reduce it further. Like if a number can divide through all of them, because the 3,001 is to 5,000 is the same as 3,001 over 5,000. And something like this, if you punch on the calculator, it can be reduced further, right? 3,001 divided by 5,000 is what? 31 over 50. Or in other words, 31 is to 50. Please understand. So if you see 31 is to 50, know that it was some huge number that has been reduced further, right? So if you see 2 is to 1, you know where it's coming from, right? It was a big number. And when they divided, you get that, right? Okay. But mind you that you are not told about that 3,001. They did not discuss any 5,000 with you. They gave you the least value. And I'm like, giving me the ratio, just the ratio, and giving me the total amount, and giving me the total amount they contributed, which is 8,001. I feel like I can be able to produce how much each person brought. And watch me. If it doesn't work, meaning we move on to a different thing. Okay. So this is how I'm saying I can be able to produce oh man. Okay, yes. I can be able to produce how much each person brought. Do you know how I'm going to do that? Oh, since you've given me the ratio, then I can say that if I want to know how much Kofi brought, I can just use Kofi's ratio, which is my people, I'm coming. My I don't know if guys are here. Just to know Kofi's ratio, which is 31, right? Divide it by the total ratio. The total ratio is what? 31 plus 50, isn't it? Right? It's what? 81. Then multiply it to the total contribution. You'll be able to produce Kofi's contribution. Do it and let me know. 31 over 81 times 8,001. What did you get?
31,000.
What is 31,000 to you?
Said 3,000.
3,100.
What is 3,100 to you?
That is the money.
What money? And the area and gold. It's money. What money? Kofi's contribution. I've been able to confirm that, right?
Yes.
If and your ratio is 50, right? If your ratio is 50 and you want to know how much you have contributed, you'll be able to do it, right? It's all about what? 50 over what? Your ratio over total ratio. The total ratio will be 50 plus 31, which is 81, times what? The total contribution, which is what? 8,001. What is that, please? Let me check. 50 over 81. Over 81 times 8,001. What is that? 5,000. What is 5,000 to you? Y'all's contribution, right? Guys, where did we get the 31 is to 50 from? A reduction of 31,000, right? And 50,000, isn't it? So I've shown you that the ratio represents, all the time, ratio represents contribution. See, you can even use the money. I told you that the ratio is gotten from their contribution. You can use the 31,000 is to 50,000. Is the same thing. See, if you want to know coefficient, it will be Kofi's contribution, which is what? 31,000. Forget about this now. Use the actual man. It will be 31,000, right? The ratio 31,000 is to 50,000. So it will be what? 31,000 over total ratio, which is what? Total 31,000 plus 50,000. I think it will be 8,001, isn't it? Did I say 31,000? I mean 3,001. Yeah, so it will be, so it's going to be 8,001, right? Times the total contribution is 8,001. What will happen? It cancels, right? Coefficient will be what? Isn't it the same 3,001?
Yes.
So now I believe you all have seen that I've opened your eyes. When you come to this area, it was like, the next line Wahima read was that, each partner was paid 3% of the capital they invested. Do you know the capital they invested? You don't know. You don't know. But in the question, they gave you some information. Can you now use that to produce how much capital Kofi invested? I guess you know.
Yes.
Per the information they've given in the question, you can use that to produce Yao contribution. 8,001, all right. But you'll be able to know how much Kofi contributed, how much Yao contributed. I'm come to clean what time. Can I clean so that I can get space and you do the job now? Can I clean?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So have you seen the relevance of what I was doing right now? So it's not like I even knew what I was doing, but I felt to know there should be a way out. But that doesn't mean I should make that a solution. No. So I try to form my own example. Then I try to do it. It worked. So if once it works, the meaning is the truth. Okay. So now okay. Okay, so now before we come to this area, let's calculate. Yeah, so tell me Kofi's contribution. Show me how to do that. Hmm?
2/3.
Yeah, I'm coming. So we will not write to indicate that it's a second profit, but I want to do something first. So to know Kofi's contribution. See, don't mistake contribution to profit. Kofi's contribution will be equal to, yeah, he's saying something. 2 over what? 3 times what? 8,001. And that gives what? Let me check. 2 over 3. I'm confirming. 5, right? 5,000. Yeah. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
So now that you know Kofi's contribution, I'm coming to write 2 here. And I believe you know what 2 means over here. 2 means what? Second profit is going to chop. Do you understand? And what was the statement? It said that Kofi received 3. Maybe someone want me to flip down. Wahima said each partner was paid 3% of the capital they invested. So now that you know Kofi's capital he invested, he is going to what 3 over what 100 of what's the capital he invested?
5,400.
Help me out.
160. 160.
So see, this is a profit.
160. 160.
Am I correct?
162.
116.
No, 162.
Guys, see, this is a profit, which is what P, right? Out of the P, Kofi received Kofi received 5 P over 100, right? And I even tried to make this money. We tried to make the P, like put P in a numerical form. So I gave you a number. I will not bring it here. Some will attack me soon. When I put it in a numerical form, you saw that 5P over 100 can actually be a number, right? It could be like, so it makes sense, right? So let's say the money was 20,000. When we did 5 over 100, 5 times 20,000 over 100, I think we had 10,000 or so, something like that.
Yeah.
So meaning out of the profit, Kofi has received 10,000 as first profit. Now the second one said that one he had 3 over 100 of the money he contributed. When he did, it's 162, right? So Kofi's second enjoyment to go 162 again. So in the question, you see that they are talking about some remainder. If you are interested in knowing the remainder of the profit, what will be? Take 20,000, right? Subtract 10,000 and then the 162 from it, isn't it? What will you get will be what? Remainder. Do you understand? I just want you to know. I'm moving on. But that expression, you're not done. She said each partner. So if you are done with Kofi, go and look at Yao. So let's come to Yao. Let me shift it a bit. Are you enjoying it or you are not? Yao. So Yao is here, Yao's profit. First of all, unfortunately, he didn't have 1 per the question. So he has 2, but to calculate for 2, you have to know Yao's contribution first, right? How will you know Yao's contribution? Yes. His ratio is on 1, right? 1 over what? Total ratio 3 times what? 8,001. What's the answer? Oops. Please. If you are wrong, I'm wrong. Go. Are you sure?
Yes.
What did you get?
2,700.
So now that you know this, they said each partner was paid 3%, right? So yeah, he's not come to get profit. So I'll use 1. So your own will be what? 3 over 100. They say each partner was paid 3% of the amount you invested. So 3% of, let me do it here for you, just in case. It would have been 3% of the capital he contributed, which is what? 2,007. Now, putting this mathematically will be 3 over 100. Off means times, so times what? 2,007, isn't it? Help me out.
Yeah.
What are you getting?
8,1.
8,1. It's
8,1.
This guy, you can cheat him on. You guys should one day deliberately contribute money. You can cheat him easily. Anyway, yeah. So we are done with that part, isn't it? Someone should continue. So we are done with each partner was paid 3% of the capital invested, right? Now let's continue. What is next? Oh, you people. Bah. You can read. Hold on, I'll call someone. It's okay. Don't talk. I'll call someone. Who hasn't spoken? Seems like everyone has spoken. Someone should read. Yep. It's my phone. Yeah, someone should read. Oh, someone should read. You don't want to close.
Frank,
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me flip down. Hold on. Yeah, someone should read.
The remainder of the profit was then shared between them in the ratio of their contribution of the capital.
So the remainder of the profit is now going to be shared, right? It's going to be shared in a ratio of the contribution to the capital. The capital they brought was what? What was the total capital they brought?
8,001.
8,001. What was their contribution to the capital? Waima. What was their contribution to 8,001? Wahima, don't disappoint me. I don't like that. Cassie. Huh?
Cassandra.
What was their contribution to the capital?
Sir, please, Kofi's contribution is 5,400 and Yao's contribution is 2,700.
Okay. Oh, let's stick to the question. This one, I open your eyes, that's why. If you stick to the question, it was what, 2:1, isn't it?
Yes.
Huh?
yes, please.
Yeah, 2:1. But yeah, it's the same thing though. But you see, they are saying the ratio of their contribution. So you can use 2,001, 2:1 or 5,004 is to 2007, whichever one you want. Anyway, I'm glad you guys are okay. So before we begin, we are come to share another money for the two of them. But that money they are saying is the remainder of the profit. So let's know the profit, the remainder. What is the profit? What is the money we are sharing? The money we are sharing is what? P. Do you understand? That P, we have dissected the P. We have used the P. Guys, are you listening? We have used the P to a certain extent. So let's know the remainder. But before I can even start talking about the remainder, let's see. So, remainder. Let's know how much you have used, and we now do some subtraction, okay? So, remainder of profit. So, I want to fuse everything I want, but I don't know if you understand. You see, if you want to know like the remainder of something, what happens? We have to identify how much we have used, right? Then we subtract, isn't it? So it's going to be something like this. There's a mother, isn't it? P, isn't it? There's a profit. Then you subtract everything you have used from it. Please, are you listening to me? But everything we have used is what? So first of all, we use this. You have used this. And then you have used this. This person also came to enjoy 81 cedis. So we have to subtract everything. So it will be minus what? 5p over 100, isn't it? That 5p over 100 plus 160. Yes.
Please, the 5p over 100, can you just change it to decimal and
No. Let's stick to this. Decimal, you may end up approximating and it will be a disaster. Please, you understand? I don't even like using decimal because in the marking scheme, they've written premature approximation, deduct 1 from it. So any premature approximation, and you know the decimal is fraction that leads to decimals, and I like to use a fraction instead of the decimal. Guys, you understand what I've done now? So this is the total money we have used so far. So if this is the total money, so you subtract from the profit and you have gotten the remainder. Somewhat a profit. Do you understand the English? Yeah. So that will be P minus. Then yeah, don't stress your head. Just solve the thing algebraically. 5p over 100 plus 162 plus 81. What is that? But do you understand it? Because it looks like when you don't understand, then you don't mind me. Do you understand it? Please, do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Patience, are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy. Patience, are you sure you understand? I'm not sure. Oh, if you don't understand, tell me and let me help you.
Oh, sir, I understand.
Patience, are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And because we are talking about remainder of profit. Sika bi no use. Inti na nam say ashase no pa ashase at the start think of 20,000, right? So now if you are thinking about 20,000, we use 5p over 100. That one when I calculated 5 in place of p 20,000, right? Over 100. When we did it, we had like 10,000 or so. We had like 10,000. So in that case, that 5p over 100, it would have been what, 10,000, right? It would have been 10,000 plus 162 plus 81. And when you add it up, it will give you a number. The p here represents 20,000. So it would have been 20,000 minus that value. Patients, you understand? It would have been 20,000 minus the value in brackets, and it will give you a result. But generally, it wasn't 20,000. Okay? We don't know the profit. That's why we are using P. But I want you to understand the concept. Because the profit is what you are sharing. So you deduct everything from it. Guys, can I move on? Please, can I move on?
Yes, sir.
Here is just basic algebra. So, guess what? LCM is 100. 100 into 100 is 1 times. So 1 times the top will be what? 5p. Here is basic algebra. 100 into 100 is 1. 1 times 5p is 5p plus 1 into 100 is 100. 100 times 243. 100 times 243 is what? 24,300, right? You can't add 5p to 24,300 because it doesn't have a p. Yeah. So here to find the LCM, remember here is over 1. Okay. I just want to reduce it. So the LCM will be 100, isn't it? 1 into 100 is 100. 100 times the numerator is 100p minus 100 into 100 is what? 1 times, right? Now 1 times 5p, that one will give you 5p. Here you have to be extremely careful. Or better yet, let me do it like this. Minus 100 into 100 is 1 time. So 1 will come and multiply the whole top, which is what? 5p. Maybe you don't have the eyes I'm having, except a few. So let me do it like this. So that you know that you have to expand the bracket. So to be minus 1 times 5p is 5p. Minus will meet minus. Minus will meet plus. It will be minus. Imagine you don't use minus to make it plus. Your answer will be wrong. So algebra is very important. Then now in algebra, if this one has a p, this one has a p, then you can solve them. So 100 minus 5 is what? 95. So 95p. Then because they all have the same p, you choose one. Okay. So minus 24,300. Don't mind what I say. Just look at what I'm writing. 24,300 all over what? 100. So I'm done. So there's a remainder. There's a remainder of the profit. Guys, can I continue? I will allow you to stare at it. And if you have any question, ask before we continue. There's a remainder of the profit. Can I move on? Can I move on?
Yes, sir.
But are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? If you are not okay, I can pause. When I meet, we'll continue from here. Yeah. Here, don't bother from this side to the end. All you need to understand is this side. Remainder. How do you calculate remainder? You must know the bigger item, which is the whole profit you are sharing. Yeah, so you have you have already shared the profit. Some people have gotten some amount. One person has even gotten like three already. Yeah. Kofi had 1, 2. Okay, he had gotten 2 shares. Yeah, I had 1. So and all is coming from that one profit P. So add all the profits you've gotten, which is 5p over 100, 162, and then the 81. Then subtract from the whole gross profit, which is P. There's a remainder. When you do that, you just solve it algebraically, and you learn that this is a remainder of the profits. The profit that has been used is 5p over 100, 162, 81. This is what is left. If it is money, if P, I change P to numbers right now, you see that everything makes sense here. There's a remainder. So now, I just want to know if I can continue because they said the remainder of the profit was shared between them in a ratio of their contribution to the capital. So I'm come to use the ratio of their contributions to solve this. Can I continue? So now we are come to continue. Kofi have gotten 1, 2. So we are going to 3. But before that, I'm coming. Let me read that statement again. If the remainder was shared between, they said the remainder of the profit was shared between them. So we'll tackle Kofi, we'll tackle him. Yeah. So Kofi, he is on 3rd enjoyment. So for Kofi, they say in the ratio of their capital. So for Kofi, the capital he used was 2, right? So it will be 2 over 3. For someone who wants to use the actual money, you can also do 5,004 over 8,001. Okay, it's the same thing. In fact, even if you do 5,004 over 8,001, let's see, it's very interesting. 5,004 over 8,001. You get 2 over 3. It's the same thing. Okay, so yeah, this is a remainder of the profits they are sharing on. So so it will be 2 over 3 times that. This is very simple. So times this thing. 95. Oh, I'm sorry. 95p. 95. This is very simple. Minus, times this whole thing. It's not anything. All over what? 100. Okay, since this one is a fraction, numerator will multiply numerator, denominator will multiply denominator. So 2 times the whole top. This removing bracket. So that'll be 2 times 95p, 2 times 2004. Okay? 2 times 24,300. 2 times 95p is what? Yes, 190 or 190p. 2 times, that's 190p. Mind you, this whole thing, if you're wondering, is in Ghana cedis. So, 95p minus 2 times 24,300. What is that? I think it's 2. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Then 3 times 100. Denominator will multiply denominator. That's what? 300, isn't it? Very simple. So Kofi has gotten another share of money. Yes. Very simple. I'm done. Let's come to you. See, don't force it. Let me put my face here. Don't force it all. Just apply everything I taught you. Live within the moment. The answer will come out. Okay. So we only had 1 share of profits. So number 2, you will benefit, isn't it? Don't force it. Yeah. Number 2. Oh. What are you doing? Number 2. Okay, it's working. Number 2. So 2. That same expression said each partner received the remainder of profit as in a ratio of what? Their contribution. So 2, I think his contribution was 1. So 1 over 3. Or you can also choose 2,007 over what? 5,004. sorry, 2007 over 8001 is the same thing. Yeah, so 1 over 3. Don't force it, it will come. Times the remainder of profit. The remainder of profit is what? 95p, okay? Minus 24,300 all over. Okay, I'm done. Let's solve. 1 times the whole top will be the whole top. 95p minus 24,300. Okay, all over 300. I'm done, guys. I'm done. We'll come to the rest of the question later, but I have a question for you. I'm done. So from this, if I ask you that, guys, how much did Kofi receive out of the profit? What would you say? How much did we don't go to any question. How much did Kofi receive? What would you say? Kofi received this, the first man, 5. When I take, you tell me, what is Kofi's share of the profit? Kofi's profit in it is what? The first one, what is there? 5p over 100 plus what?
162.
162. He has another enjoyment again, plus what? 190p minus 48,600 over 300. Got it? How much did Yao enjoy? What was Yao's enjoyment of profit? Share of profit. What is that? Yao. What? 81. And what again? And what again? Oh, you people, stop that.
95p.
It's okay. It's okay. You are there. You are there. So now go back to the question. Go back to the question. Go back to that. So what's the last part? Someone should read the last part. Hey, into momenya modeni. Yes, read the last part.
If Kofi
If Kofi's share of the total profit was 750,
My brother,
calculate
no, pause. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. You are told the actual money for Kofi's total profit, right? Oh, let's assume you don't know. We don't know. Even if you don't know, with what I've calculated now, do you know Kofi's Kofi total profit? You know, right? Forget about the question. What is Kofi total profit? You know. Okay, see. You know. We are coming to write it. Kofi's total profit. You do it together. Kofi's what? Kofi's total profit. After doing this calculation with you, help me calculate Kofi total profit. Yes, what would that be? Say it.
5p over 100.
Okay. Yeah, I know there are more. Wait, let me write. 5p over 100 plus, let's continue. Let me come down for you. Plus what?
162.
Thank you so much. Plus 162, right? Plus 190. 190.
P. Minus 48,600.
It's all right. 48,600. All over what? 300. That's Kofi's total profit, isn't it? But you see, it's in letters, right? But in a question now, they are telling you. Now you tell us. They said, but if Kofi's total share of profit is 7. So now you tell me. Okay, you tell me. Okay, so they've told you Kofi's total share of profit, right? So even if you hadn't informed us, we know. So since you've informed us, I'll put it here. Kofi's total share of profit. Wherever I see Kofi total profit, I'll what? Sorry, let me write total profit so that you know. So wherever you see it, you put it there. So 750, right? Yeah, equals. Let's copy whatever we have here. Isn't it? Yeah. you have an equation with just one variable, you'll be able to solve. There's no way you tell me I'll not get the answer. Yes. So let's continue. So yeah, what do? We are come to solve algebraically. You know what? Let's move this number. It doesn't have a variable, so let's bring it to where the 750 is. So minus what? 162. So that here will just be the PP people. 5p over 100 plus what? 190p, right? Sorry, minus 48,600, isn't it? All over 300. 750 minus 162, what's the answer? 750 minus 1. Are you sure, my dear?
588.
588. So here we what? 58. Oh, I'm sorry. 5 what? 8 8. Can I move on? Then?
Sure.
So get 5 is
750 minus 162.
Says 588.
Maybe she has not eaten. It's normal. Let's continue.
Yes, yes.
What is what's the LCM? So here, hey, listen, when you see addition in a mess of like two fractions, to solve, you have to find the LCM. So the LCM will be what? Here I'll choose 300. 100 can go into 300 how many times? 3 times. So 3 will multiply the top. 3 times 5p will be what? 15p plus 300 into 300 is 1 times. 1 will multiply this whole thing. 1 times the top will still give you the whole thing. 190p minus 48,000. Your algebra just must work. So smooth like that. So smooth. So this one will be what? 588 equals. You see the 15p and then 190p. Because they are pp, you can solve. 15 plus 190. What is the answer?
105.
105. Okay.
5.
Come again.
205p.
205. Okay. Minus 48,600. All over what? 300. Now, yeah, we can solve it. Just at this juncture, what do? You cross multiply. When you get something like this, just cross multiply. Okay. So that it will be linear. Yes, so smooth like that. So what will happen? So this one will multiply everything at the top, right? 1 times the whole top will still be the whole top. 205p minus 48,600, isn't it? Equals 588 times 300. What is that?
176,400.
Oh, again.
176,400.
Yeah. Simple. You're looking for P, so you stand here. We are coming. Equals 176,400. Minus you cross, it will be plus. Plus what? 48,600. Okay, very smooth like that. What are you getting? 205p equals. Add it and let me know. One 176,400 plus 48,600.
225,000.
Okay. What are you looking for, P? So you divide by whatever which is attached to it. So you divide by 205. Very smooth, like that. What are you getting for P? P is equal to what?
1,097.
My pen is not working. What's that?
1,097.56.
There's a point. I'm coming. Are you sure there was a point? Let me see. Okay, go on. Oh, 1,097. Sorry. Go on. 1,097. Point what?
56098.
560. Okay, 56. Very smooth like that. I believe you know P. Therefore, the total profit, because I read a question, a part of the question that asked that. Therefore, the total profit, right? That was being shared. Oh, shared will be equal to what? They said to the nearest 1,000. So I guess to the nearest 1,000, I'll rather do it 1,098, right? To into bracket to the nearest 1,000. Very smooth. Like so, all this while this was the money they were sharing. Is this difficult? Very easy. I'm sure that's all you all had. This should be the right answer. Yeah. And knowing the total profit, I'm sure you'll be able to solve the other question, which is saying your share of profit as a percentage of his contribution to his capital. This one you have to know your share of profits first. And you know, your share of profits, we've done it. 1, 2. 1, the 1 has given you an actual number, which is 81. The 2, you can put wherever you see P, you can put it there. And you will be able to get the 2, then you add it. That will become your total profit, right? Then now be total profit he has gotten. So now if they are saying as a percentage of his contribution, the answer you get, you just divide by his contribution, which was 2,007, then you multiply by 100. You are good to go. Any question, people? Are you okay? Did you enjoy it? Is this hard? I believe you enjoyed how we approached it, right?
Yes, sir.
In your textbooks, I'm very confident that there are different solutions. You can enjoy it. Okay, there are different ways to approach it, which will give the same answer. There may be a similar analogy. Please, you have any question for me? At this juncture, if you have any question, ask. Grace, are you okay? Grace,
Yes,
did you use a different approach?
I didn't finish.
We didn't finish.
Are you great?
But did you use apply the voice notes I gave you?
Yes, sir.
At least most of the things I said is within. Justice, I'm sure you did that meeting. Were you around? Like that class, were you around?
No, sir.
So overall, what's your review? What's your review? So questions like these, how do you see? Is it hard, or the whole thing is just in a question? And yeah, how is it like? The question leads you to the answer. Cassandra, are you okay? Today you are very quiet. What's the problem?
She's outside.
Cassie.
Yes, she's gone out.
Okay. And Buahima, are you okay? No,
Yes.
you are okay.
Yeah.
Frank, are you okay?
Yes, please.
Hey, Prince. Hey, Prince, you understand? Prince, do you understand?
Yes, I understand everything.
Okay. Okay, so this will bring us to the end of today's lecture. And that will be the end of financial partnership. I'm now going to review your assignments. I'll check how you were performing. But guys, our assignment, did you do it yourself or you copied?
Sir, which one?
You see, I gave you others. The assignment which included this one.
78,000.
So then, if you're okay, then on our next meeting, we'll be doing banking, but we will not apply any calculation. I just want you to understand some banking terminologies. Then we'll start with custom duty. We'll start with taxation. So custom duty, we'll do some calculation. I don't know. It looks like last year there was a question like that, but that is it. Until then, I will end this recording.